Now hold up, before you get mad, just listen to what I have to say, okay? Now, you might be wondering, why is a white boy like me making a video about the N-word? Well, because I fucking can, that's why. Now, I've had the past many times before, and yes, I have said the N-word before, and any white person that says that they haven't is a fucking liar, and you cannot trust them. All of us have. So the question today is, why is it such a big deal? So as we all know, the N-word is a derogatory slur used for black people, but also it can be a substitute for the word homie. For example, what's up my homie, except you know, not that. But think about other common slurs for a moment. An example I like to use is retard. I can say retard all day long, and there's not a whole lot of people that are gonna even bat an eye at that. So what makes the N-word different? What makes that one any more offensive? Now, it's completely understandable if somebody's actively using it to degrade you, especially if they use the hard R. But a white kid singing along to a rap song or somebody making a joke, how could that possibly hold the same weight? Now, I'm gonna put up a clip of an interview Morgan Freeman did a couple years ago, and I think he explains it more perfectly than I ever could, so here it is.
How are we going to get rid of racism and
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
The only weight that the word truly has is the weight that people give it. If people stop taking offense to it, like they don't really take offense to the word retard, then it becomes as big of a deal as the word retard. Now, I figured for a topic like this, it wouldn't really be fair for my opinion to be the only opinion on it. So I brought on 3 of my black friends and 3 of my white friends so that they could voice their opinions as well. And some of these people are content creators, so I'll have all the links down in the description below. You should go check them all out. All make great content, and let's hear what they have to say. Thank you for coming on the call with me for this.
For sure, no problem.
Too bad that my fucking camera's not working. That sucks, but I got 2 questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm listening.
Alright, first question. What do you think of the N-word?
I have a lot of fun saying it, but I can acknowledge that it's a word that probably shouldn't be said. It's, you know, but in general, it probably shouldn't be used because then we wouldn't have the issue of who can and can't say it.
Yeah, I feel that. And my second...
But being a black man, I use it all the time. So
Yeah. My second question is, what do you think of white people using the N-word?
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't think white people should say it, but if you were to, like, if a white person was to say it, I can't exactly stop them, right? Like, I can get mad, I can maybe beat the shit out of him, but I can't stop him. He still said the word.
Yeah, so what do you think of the statement that all slurs should be bad or all slurs should be okay? Like, for example, I can say retard, you can say retard. There's not a whole lot of people that are gonna get mad at that. That's also a slur, and it's also a demeaning phrase.
So retard is a weird one, right? Because it's like, it's a slur, demeaning phrase, but it's also a medical term. So it's like, is it really a slur, or are people just trying to find shit to be offended about?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you call somebody retarded, like, it kind of is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, here's how I see the word retarded. I'm not gonna. I've had friends with special needs, and they've told me they did not give a fuck about people using the word for real. But personally, I'm not gonna use that word to describe somebody who's, you know, actually got special needs. But
Yeah.
if you're you know, mentally okay and you're just fucking stupid, I'm gonna call you retarded.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like certain slurs have different weights to them.
Yeah, well, my whole thing on it is that the weight that it has is the weight that people give it. So if people just
Facts.
stop caring, then it doesn't really hold any weight. Like, I've had the N-word pass, like, probably fucking like 20 different times. Like, I've said it around black people with no problem. But if I were to say it around a black person that I don't know, then I'd probably get the shit beat out of me. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
probably.
weird in that regard.
Yeah, it's really just person by person, honestly. Like, some people don't give a fuck, some people do. I, like, like I said, I don't really agree with the way people saying it, but at the same time, I can't stop it. And, if they say it, they say it. It is what it is. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna tweak out about that. Unless it's used in a way to, like, actually demean me, then I'm gonna beat the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, like someone walking up to you and saying the hard R. Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker has to get his shit rocked.
Yeah, that's disrespect right there. That's completely different.
Facts. But yeah, if it's just like my white friend was rapping along with the song and he said it, I'm not gonna like get pissed at him for it. I don't really care that much.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate this interview. Everybody
No
go
problem, my
subscribe
guy.
to Cold Season
Yes,
Lit
sir.
channel.
Subscribe to Party Crasher.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Creativity Kid, man.
Shout out Creativity Kit.
Alright, man. Good talking to you. Hope your
All
video
right.
goes well.
Oh yeah. Appreciate it, bro. All right. Thank you for coming here with me. I really appreciate it. Last minute call. All right. I just got 2 questions for you. Ready?
Yeah, what's up?
All right. So, question number 1. What do you think of the N-word?
Well, honestly, like a lot of people get offended by it, but like at the end of the day, it is really just a word. Like, especially, it also depends on where you're from, like how people take it. Like, I'm from Houston, and in Houston, like everybody says it, like everybody. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, purple, Indian, green. Like, bro, everyone says the N-word, basically. But
Yeah.
at the same time, though, it depends on how you use it. Like
Yeah.
like if someone called me the hard R, like that's kind of a fight. As long as they mean it like derogatory, Like if they're just joking around or like making a meme or whatever, then it's different, Like I get it. It's supposed to be like humorous.
Yeah, like if you're just chilling with the homies and you say it, it's like whatever.
Yeah, facts. I mean, me personally, I don't really get offended by it, but I could name a whole list of people that do. And like, I don't really blame them to an extent. But also, like I said, it is just a word, and everyone, like, we're in America. I feel like everyone should be granted, like, a freedom of speech to express themselves. Now, when you abuse that power and turn it into hate speech, or, like, you start calling people the hard R and stuff and things of that nature, and you're being, like, fully, like, derogatory, then there's, like, really no excuse, like,
Yeah, like that's just kind of like you're gonna get your ass beat. You kind of deserve
Yeah,
it.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
even people not of the color, like even people not of African American heritage will like get on you for that. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that don't like that.
Yeah, 'cause that's kind of like, okay, bro, like what the fuck you doing? You're just being racist right now.
Yeah. There's a fine line between like humor and racism. Like, but,
Yeah.
I don't know. I watch a lot of dank memes, so like
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
And,
It's all about how you use it and like how you saying it really. And like a lot of people try to say it to be cool, which I mean I guess, but like I feel like you should always just be yourself in that regard.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to really say it if you're not already saying it, basically.
Yeah, like if you're just saying it like to fit in and like you never said it before, it's kind of like, okay, why?
Yeah, facts. It makes the whole room awkward too. It changes the vibe,
Yeah.
Because people will be like, "Oh, hey, nigga, what's up?" And I'll be like, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it personally.
Yeah, and second question kind of ties in with the first one. What do you think of white people using the N-word?
Well, like I said, generally it depends on where you're from. I mean, if you're a white kid and like, you were raised around like people using it in that culture, or you were raised around the African American like culture, then like, a lot of people say it, but like I said, not everyone is cool with it, and it's not very accepted like publicly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're with your boys or whatever, it's different. But I feel like on the internet and stuff, you know, I feel like it's a little like it's a little, it is pretty controversial. It's a very controversial word. I think it's really interesting actually though, because you know, the word I think the word originated from the Mexican word negro, or from the Hispanic word negro, which means black. But,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, it really is all about how you use it. I mean, man, growing up, like my friends growing up around me, like, you know, it just depends on what like section you're from or what area you're from. Like me personally, I grew up off of Derry, Ashford, and Perthshire, right?
Right.
So, you know, I grew up over like an A-Leaf area, but you know, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people that's normal. Like they don't mean anything by it. It's just how they talk. Like, you know. But then there's a lot of people that it's just not normal for. But like I said, you know, me personally, I feel like, you know, if someone not of African American descent says it and they're like joking, it's really whatever, you know. You just brush it off and move on with your day. Like, you can't be putting energy into every single non-African American motherfucker who says the end. Bro, you'll be out of energy before you know.
Yeah.
But
And-
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like the weight that it has is the weight that people give it. So like, if nobody cares about it, then it doesn't really matter.
Right. Now, okay, with white people saying the hard R, okay, this is like a little, then it's like a little different, you know?
Yeah.
And that even goes back into like trying to be cool or whatever. Like, you know, if someone comes up to you and daps you up, what's up, my nigga? You feel a type of way.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
You'd be like, what'd you just say? Like, damn, chill out, Timothy. It's not that serious.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, we could be joking around, and I could like say you a bitch or whatever, but like we're joking around and like in the context is cool, or I could just like call you a bitch,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Right. A lot of people, to be honest though, a lot of people don't have too much going on in their lives, so they like look for drama and stuff and feed off that shit. But yeah, man, it really is all about where you're from. I mean, if you're not already saying it, there's really no reason to say it. I mean, if you're just cooling with your boys, I mean, at that point, who doesn't say it? Like, you know?
Yeah. I said this earlier in the video. Every white person that says they've never said the N-word is a fucking liar.
Facts. Facts, bro. Like, we're in America, bro. Freedom of speech all the way. I support that completely. But, like, you know, I feel like a lot of people, they'll say that word, and then someone will say something way more derogatory, you know? Like, you can't be calling someone, like, a beaner and be like, oh, what's up, bro? And then, like, expect that to like, carry the same weight as something like, oh, what's up, my nigga? Like, nah, like, you know, it doesn't really work like that, you know? It's just way more derogatory. Like, words like beaner and shit that holds the same weight as the hard R, I feel like. But then again, you know, they're just words at the end of the day. Like, you know, like there's really no reason to stress about it unless someone is like trying to attack you with, you know?
Yeah,
But
like,
even then, like, you know, as a grown man, personally, I just brush shit like that off. Like, I'm just, oh, it's childish. Why am I gonna waste my time and energy, like, feeding into some shit like that when I know this person is just trying to piss me off? Like, you give that person the upper hand, holding weight to words like that.
yeah, and that's with anything really. Like anybody that's trying to talk shit, like, it doesn't matter if they use the word or not. Like, whenever somebody's trying to like bring you down, it's just like there's always better shit to do.
100%. It's all about what you like choose to do with that, you know? You gotta really watch how you use your energy. And there's a lot of people who are like, they fiend off like pure energy, you know? And like they'll go out of their way to cause drama for like no reason. Over nothing more than a fucking word. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. And you know, if someone's on the internet saying it, like, man, if you went after every person on the fucking internet saying the N-word just because they're not black, bro, you would be more, bro, you'd be exhausted as fuck. Like, truthfully. or even in a place like Houston, like if I got mad at every single motherfucker who said the N-word, then it's like, man, like
It'll take a lot out of you.
yeah, it really would. It really would, 100%. But honestly, man, as far as like, yeah, as far like, cause I even have a few like non-African homies or like people of non-African descent who I hang out with every day. Some of my closest friends, they'll say that shit. I mean, a lot of people in my color will disagree with me for me letting them like say shit like that, you know. But why am I gonna get all mad and shit, you know, when they're just like messing around and they're just joking with me and they're just trying to like, you know, like
Yeah.
you gotta understand at some point that it is not that serious. Now, that, see, like, you know, like sometimes people call each other like, oh, you're a motherfucker, but they mean it like jokingly, you know, versus someone getting pissed as shit and being like, you motherfucker. Like, at that point, you know, motherfucker becomes a lot more derogatory. It's the same thing with the N-word, kind of. But, you know, the hard R shit is just racist, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's all about how you carry yourself, really.
Alright, Mr. Anonymous, thank you for coming out with me.
Pleasure, my pleasure. What can I do for you?
Alright, so I just got 2 questions. And I want you to give me your honest answer.
Of course.
So, the first question is, what do you think of the N-word?
What do I think of the N-word? I'll be real with you. It don't bother me, bruh. I've been built in this generation to not give a damn about people using the N-word or anything like that. I'll say it. I'm fine with it. If someone says it to me, I don't care. I'm chilling, bruh.
Alright, very interesting perspective. And, what do you think of white people using the N-word specifically?
I don't give a damn. I don't care if they use it to anybody or me. If they use it to anybody else, that's not my problem. If they use it to me, I don't care, bruh.
Yeah, like if someone's gonna, like, walk up to you and, like, use the hard R as an insult, like, would they get their ass beat?
Not by me. I mean, here's what I would do. I would just act so hurt by it and helpless, and then the people around me, I would just get them to feel, and then they would do all the work. I ain't gotta do a thing besides act it out.
Oh shit, get other people to do your bidding.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It really ain't that difficult these days. People are so, how do I say it? People are so soft and have hardened mindsets.
Yeah. It's very sad to see a lot of the times because you say anything, like not even like the N-word, because I can see how people would get offended by that. But like Lizzo made a song, and in the song she used the word spaz, and people got offended at that for like epileptic people.
What?
That's fucking wild.
That's crazy, bro. Motherfuckers blew up on that and shit. I was like, what? Spaz?
Spaz.
Damn day.
I don't even think, I've never even thought about it. Like ever. It's just a word.
Yeah, facts. Just like the N-word. Just a word. Not more.
Alright. Well, I appreciate your time, Professor Manipulator.
Appreciate it, my boy. Anything for you.
Alright. Mr. Logan.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 questions for you. Are you ready for these questions? You know why you're
As
here.
ready as I'll ever be, baby.
Alright. Question 1. What do you think of the N-word?
Well, dude, like this entire entire conversation about this is just like walking on thin ice, bro. It's so funny. That's so fucked. But I mean, like in the best terms to not get me canceled. I mean, it's a bad word. White people shouldn't say it. Only black people can say it, right? But I think that if they really want to, if people really like want to get rid of the word in its negative connotation, they should really stop treating it as such like a big threat, stuff like that. It's
I
like, oh my
agree.
god, the N word. It has like that stigmatism to it, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas if I get called cracker, that's pretty funny.
And like retard too.
And yeah, that I mean, yeah, that too. But like,
Like, no one fucking
uh,
cares
the-
if you
the-
say
the-
retard.
like as the white women say these days, the N word carries more weight than the other words, which I mean I agree with because of the history and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
it's like people, you know,
But it only carries the weight that people give it.
that is true. It is only powerful if you give it the power.
Yeah. Alright, and my second question for you, similar to the first. What do you think of white people using the N word?
Now me myself, I would not go into public and say the N word to people. Cause I don't want to get beat up. But like, you know, like if a giant black man came up to me and was like, "Hey, dude, say the N word," and like I'd like cleared all like the, you know, I cleared it, like, you know,
You had the
I
pass.
asked him, yeah, I had the pass. I asked him like, "Can I really say it? Like, you won't beat the shit out of me if I say it?" I feel like in an environment like that, anybody could say the N word. I know lots of Mexican people that say the N word. I know lots of Asian people that say the N word, and I know lots of white people that say the N word. And so, like, it's only if you like get caught by the woke left, by the woke mob.
The woke mob. The brain dead. Alright, I'm about to drop a video tonight. It's gonna be dropped by the time this current video that we're working on right now is out, but
Yeah.
you're gonna see how fucking stupid they are. You're gonna
Jeez.
fucking see.
Make sure I don't get canceled and shit, baby. edit my audio.
Alright, well, thank you for having this talk to me.
Of course, anytime, baby.
Alright, Mr. Kyle, thank you for coming out with me for this interview. And now I
You
have.
got it. And now,
What's up?
oh no, I was just saying. Yeah, no problem. My bad.
No, you good. So
No, you
I
good.
got two questions for you. The first question is, what do you think of the N word?
Well, this is gonna be really controversial, but back when I was younger, people would say it like as in like a thing to call your homeboy or whatever. Like it wasn't like a racial slur, and it's just now, like till recently, society has made it like a slur, and like it's not okay in that type of context. But I'd say I feel like it should be fairly said if it's referring to one of your homeboys.
Yeah, well, I think it's always been a slur, but also, I mean, like, retard's a slur. I say retard all the time, and I'm sure you do as well.
That is a very good point.
So, my thing on it is that, yes, it's a slur, but there's also a lot of other slurs, and none of them really hold the same weight. So, it's either, like, are they all okay, or are none of them okay?
That is a very good point.
Yeah, alright. And the second question is, what do you think of white people saying the N-word?
I say it all depends on context. Like I said beforehand, if it's used as a racial slur, then that should not be allowed. That is not okay. But if it's used as in like a joking manner, as in like to like call your homeboys out or something, like "Hey you" or some shit like that, like,
Yeah.
and you know it's one of your friends, I think then it would be okay.
Yeah, like,
But-
what's up, homie, but, like, not homie.
Right.
Yeah, me personally, like I've said, they're either all okay or none of them are okay, in my opinion.
Exactly. And the same thing goes for that way. Like none of them are okay in the sense of a bad context, as if you are intending them as a slur. But if you're making a joke out of it, like it's not racist to make jokes. All right, you could say racist jokes, but like racism is okay. I'm getting a little off topic, but this goes somewhere. All right, racism is when you hate somebody because of their race, not when you joke about a cultural event or some shit like that. That's my personal take on it. So you could say a racist joke, but it's not actually racist because it's a joke. In the same sense as in like using slurs. You could use slurs in a joking manner. So therefore it's okay in that context. So none of the slurs would be okay in the sense of like using it as a racial slur, and then in that sense none of them would be okay. But vice versa.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, and like if you're gonna like walk up to some random black dude and call him the N-word, especially if you use the hard R, like you can expect to get beat the fuck up. And in my opinion, you kind of deserve it for just going out of your way to do that for like no purpose, for no reason. But well, man, I
definitely agree.
Yeah, I've had many N-word passes, especially when I was in high school. I've said it a lot around black people as well, so it's kind of like some people definitely overreact, but at the same time, if you're being racist with it and you're using it as an insult and you're using it to degrade someone, I can get why someone would beat your fucking ass.
I can definitely get on your level about that. I don't really say it that much because I don't get N-word passes, and like I said, it's not okay in society's terms. So like, I don't say it pretty much. I mean, back when it was known as society as a homeboy word, that's when I would use it. But I haven't used it ever since society said it was not okay. Just to make everybody else happy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's always had the stigma. I just feel like, especially since and George Floyd, the stigma has seemed to have grown exponentially. So now people are, now more than ever, very cautious about saying it. Versus in 2016, you had people making like millions off of saying it on a YouTube video.
That is true.
Alright, thank you for coming out with me once again, Mr. Caleb.
I love coming.
Hell yeah, me too. And I just got 2 questions for you. They're very simple questions, except they're not. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, question number 1. What do you think of the N-word?
The N-word?
Yeah.
It's a word.
That's it?
I mean, like, I feel like if you get offended by it, like, if you're not black, then you're a pussy. I mean, every black guy I know don't mind me saying it, so that's all I gotta say.
Very, very interesting take. Very interesting take. What do you think of white people using the N-word?
Shit. I don't really care. I mean, to a certain degree. I mean, like, if you mean it in, like, a good, joking manner, yeah, sure.
Yeah, like, not, like, saying the hard R as an insult.
Yeah. Like, saying it, like, you know, what up, my nigga?
Dog, I'm gonna have to censor that shit.
No. Please.
Bro's wilding on my fucking video. Don't do that
You know
on
what
the
I mean.
stream. Don't do that
No.
on the stream, but yeah, I get you, I get you.
Like, just a friendly manner, I feel like it's chill.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I like what Morgan Freeman said, that if we stop caring, like, it doesn't really matter anymore if we don't care anymore. Like, it only has the weight that people give it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you stop keeping it as a derogatory term, it's gonna stay as a derogatory term.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always gonna be a derogatory term, but so is retard, right?
Yeah.
And I say retard all the time, so do you, so do tons of people.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
really like a very small population of people that actually take offense to it and like is generally accepted.
Yeah.
And it's, I guess you could say, a slur, so, you know.
Yeah. Kind of like, you know, cracker.
Yeah, like it's kind of the same principle.
Like, it's not really seen as racist anymore, because, like, you know, white people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think it's funny if someone calls me a cracker. I'm like, oh, you mad? You mad?
Yeah. I don't get called a cracker that much. I just get called like a misogynist, fat phobic piece of shit.
Nah.
Yeah, it's very nice. I love it.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank. Oh, you were gonna say?
Oh no, I forgot it. Brain fart.
Alright, thank you for coming out with me to do this.
Oh yeah.
Really appreciate it. The video is gonna be fire.
Bet.
So with all that being said, I think we can come to the conclusion that if we stop caring about the word, then the word doesn't really matter at all. And if you're white and you get offended by it, then you're kind of a fucking pussy, no lie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for the video. I kind of took a risk making this video since it's so controversial. So if you could leave a like and subscribe for me, that'd be really nice. We have more videos coming up. I'm sorry for the delay in making this video, or uploading it, I mean. But I didn't want to give you guys an unfinished product. So new video will be out this Friday, and we will be live streaming again this weekend. So I hope you guys have a good day, and peace out, my nigga.